All right, Arcade enters the contest, so let's talk about them. All right, so Arcade enters the game with pre-fight abilities, immunities, steadfast, and booby traps. And bro, this dude kind of is insane, but we're gonna hop all of, don't worry, we're gonna break all that down. So first up, we gotta talk about his combo. What is his combo like? His combo isn't that bad. He doesn't have a really tricky play style to play with him at all. It's not medium light medium or anything. You literally just can pick up this guy and go. He basically is kind of relying on more so of his special attacks and his poisonous clouds, and you definitely want to take advantage of his heavy, because that's also how you put poison on the opponent if they can be poisoned, and you still benefit from the poison even if they can't be poisoned. So keep that in mind. But overall, easy to play. I didn't find him clunky in any way, and there was no trick to playing him. He is a little bit, in my opinion, AI dependent, especially with that cloud, those booby traps he sets, but we'll get into all that. First up, we got to talk about his strengths. What are his strengths? Well, one of them is space control. Before the fight even begins, Arcade places a booby trap in the defender's corner that he can use passively to stun them and restart his pressure. Additionally, his longer special attacks are good at punishing the opponent's back, and he can also deploy poisonous clouds anywhere on the stage to keep the opponent stuck between a rock and a hard place. And that is so true. Like, the traps you place, his long-winded specials, that stun, it's so beneficial. You can definitely just melt the opponent so quickly with all of his abilities. His damage, a little lacking, but not that bad. His debuffs make up for it. Damaging effect variety. Arcade can inflict poison, shock, incinerate, bleed, and rupture, so it's extremely unlikely that any one character can ignore all of these effects, except for Ghost. But his threat to the opponent is very adaptable, so you can pivot your loop to focus on inflicting the effects your opponent is susceptible to. So right there, the poison, shock, incinerate, bleed, and ruptures, all very beneficial. And also his safety. His potent auto block allows him to mitigate the opponent's offensive threat, especially because it triggers the parry mastery and inflicts shock debuff when it fires. Make sure to watch out for the steadfast buff he gains from his signature ability as well, which allows him to auto block unblockable attacks. So defensively, this dude is going to be like that. But the good news is he does have some weaknesses. Two of his weaknesses are undermine and heavy attacks. Undermine and heavy attacks will always break through Arcade's auto block, even with the steadfast buff from his signature ability. Undermine in particular gives the champions like Vox, Roar, a Super Scroll, an edge against him. So if you have those champions ranked up, he easily counters their auto block. So get that Undermine if you do have it, because I didn't even know anything. Undermine was in the game, but I never really use it, so I might have to rank up Gore for this. Also, Cosmic with immunities and damaging effects. With Arcade's fabulous prized pre-fight abilities, he can gain immunity to incinerate, poison, and shock. However, these immunities do not work well against Cosmic's champion, so feel free to use their damaging effects against him. So basically, his immunities don't work against a Cosmic class at all, and that's good because he does have some counters. He's not completely undefeatable. He's still very much annoying on defense, but he can definitely be handled. Some of his weaknesses are he does have Incinerate immunity. It's a pre-fight ability. The unfortunate bad thing about his pre-fights, you can't have all three active. You can have at most 2 active because he only gets 5 tokens. No, I think he can max out on 5 tokens. So you only can have 2 available at a time, but still shock and poison, or bleed and shock, or sock and incinerate, still a couple of combinations you can definitely take advantage of when playing against this guy. So, well, playing with this guy. The unfortunate thing is when he's on defense, he has all of them active. So in Battlegrounds, this dude's going to be annoying with his auto block, passive stun, his immunities. He is going to be a problem. And let's also talk about his Awaken ability. His Awaken ability, I think, is very interesting. Just before Arcade auto blocks an attack, gain a non-stacking steadfast buff for 10 seconds, pausing during the opponent's special attacks. This will not trigger if the attack is heavy attack or if the opponent has an Undermine effect. When the opponent enters a poison cloud, inflict a 15% torment debuff for 5 seconds. This starts pause and is unpaused when the opponent exits the poisonous cloud. So I do think he kind of does need to Awaken. I don't think he needs to be high Sig. Again, every champion does benefit from high signature ability, but I think in Arcade's instance, this Awakened, he's fine. I mean, if you were going for his prestige, then sure, but I don't even think his prestige isn't bad. I don't think it's really high. Right here, his prestige is 18,270, so not bad prestige, but I don't know if I think I might put some SIGs into him. I think I probably would put SIGs into him, generic SIGs. I know he's using generic Awakening Gem, but that's me. Leave a comment below if you wouldn't. Now, let's talk about his synergies. I will admit, his synergies were kind of lacking to me. Like, he has one with Black Cat, Wolverine, and Kraven. Arcade successfully auto blocks, grants 80% Fury buff for 3 seconds, pausing to Arcade special attacks. He does have some with Spider-Ham and Mojo, but they're like, you know, getting 5% max power anytime champion is knocked down. He does have some with Longshot, Nightcrawler, and Colossus. Synergy champions during special attack 1 and 2 gain 4% attack rating for each living synergy. And then the other two are just, you know, meme at best, like, you know, gain 100% critical rating, 100, not 100%, 100 plus 115 critical rating, plus 155 critical rating. So, his synergies were definitely lackluster to me. I don't think I will be using him for his synergies at all, and I don't think I will use any synergy team. Maybe with those future synergies that are coming out that he has, maybe I can benefit from them, but right now I thought his synergies were kind of really underwhelming, but that's me. Pretty sure someone else can find some benefit with his synergies. Let's talk about him on defense. This dude's going to be a problem on defense. I'm just going to stay right here. He's going to be a problem. Right here, I'm using Hercules, and with that auto block and that steadfast when he's awakened, you can't even, he can block the unblockable, even though it was class's advantage. So he's definitely going to be a problem on defense. So I hope he prepared in Battlegrounds. I tried here with Nick Fury. I mean, it wasn't bad, but again, he's kind of tanky on defense. And with those booby traps and that poisonous cloud and all the debuffs he can put on you, he's just going to be annoying. He kind of a little bit reminds me of Bullseye on defense, because he has so many. That auto block gets in my way. I guess it's the auto evade that Bullseye has and the auto block that Arcade has. Is just, they're just annoying. And I know this dude is going to be so annoying on Battlegrounds. Now, when I was testing him, stat focused, the ones I like were special damage plus 8%, and on defense special damage plus 12%, because of his attacks or special attacks take so long to get over or get through, and they leave a poisonous cloud, and this is in the way. Like, his special attacks are really he has really long special attacks, and they definitely can kill a lot of time in Battleground. So I definitely recommend putting those on, but I'm pretty sure someone else will find something better. So if you do find a better stat focus, just leave it in the comments below. I'll definitely look at it. Next, let's talk about relics. I didn't find many relics for him, but I did think the Sentinel relic was definitely beneficial to him because of the energy damage, and you can extend the incinerates and, you know, things of that nature. But there weren't many relics that he benefited from. I just think, you know, every champion benefits from the relics. Hopefully Kabam starts making more relics, but the only one that he was good with was the relic Sentinel. So if you think there's another Sentinel relic relic for him, let me know, because I didn't find many, but that's me. So what masteries are good for him? I found 4 masteries. The Parry Mastery adds a lot of threat to Arcade's auto block, especially when it comes to capitalize on the poisonous cloud or the booby trap. Kalatech, while Arcade does not benefit from his mastery directly, each rank up it grants him a small attack rating bump. Despair, Arcade's personal debuffs allow the mastery to significantly hinder the opponent's healing and regeneration. And last but not least, Inequity, Arcade's personal debuffs allow this mastery to reduce the opponent's attack rating quite substantially. I don't think he's really good with the damage. Well, actually, he can be okay with the damage masteries, but you know, that recoil damage, he doesn't have the ability to regen, so you can run the damage mastery, but you might want to just recommend throwing the SP3, but he kind of needs his SP1 and SP2 to really take advantage of his debuff, so I wouldn't recommend the damage masteries in my opinion, but that's me. So overall, what are my overall thoughts on this guy? I do like him. As a defender, he's going to be amazing, but my pros, he's a great defender. He has that auto block and that steadfast buff, so he can block the unblockable, and he definitely can take advantage of that parry mastery, and he has pretty decent immunities in my opinion, like especially if you're not fighting a cosmic. he has pretty good decent immunity. So I think in Battlegrounds he's going to be amazing, especially as a defender. I guess you could use him more offensively. I don't think many people, well, people probably will use him offensively. He has so many debuffs that you can put on the opponent. The only bad thing is his cons. He kind of needs awakening. His damage was a little mid-tier to me. He has really weak synergies, and he's also AI dependent. Meaning, like, you know, you want to take advantage of those booby traps. You want to get the AI to run in front of that cloud and take advantage of those poisons. And we all know how wishy-washy the AI can be nowadays. So yeah, those were his only weaknesses. His specials, especially if you're trying to use him offensively in Battlegrounds, are really long-winded, meaning they can eat up a lot of time, but they inflict so many damaging debuffs that they're kind of okay, worth it. But with his mid damage, I just think I don't know. I wouldn't use him offensively. I would definitely use him defensively in Battlegrounds. He probably will get you a few wins because it doesn't seem like he will have many counters. And well, the Cosmic class, everyone has Cosmics ranked up, but you know, we'll see. But those are my overall thoughts, pros and cons. I do like this champion. I think he's really well done, and I probably will be going for him. So if you did like this video, please hit that like button. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that subscribe button, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.